Oh, God. Good morning. It takes a bit of time to get all the stuff organised when you're late. I didn't realise as I was chatting with a granddaughter, it's her 13th birthday, she is a teenager now, and I decided last minute, I'll just give her a quick ring before I forget. And she was on her way to school, could hear the kids on the bus in the background, so I didn't take long with her, but I did realise it was likely I was going to get a little bit waylaid. So apologies for that, but I enjoyed the time chatting with her, and she can celebrate her birthday today at school and then this evening. Now, I've got here the cards, so I'll get straight into it. Now, I will reintroduce myself to those who may not have seen me. My name is Boundy. I'm a growing in awareness psychic medium, I'll put it that way. Not a raw beginner, because none of us are really raw beginners. We are to a degree, but we all have the innate ability to use our intuition, which to me means that we all have psychic mediumship abilities. It's just the level of how we are open to it, of how much we're open to it, and how much we're willing to actually do that communication with ourselves, that connection at soul and heart level to me, and really being aware, listening, sensing, and receiving those messages so that we can pass them on, which is what I'm doing now as a psychic medium. Now, with this Studio 2 with the Be Live, I am on an Ethernet cord now, and I haven't closed or cleared any caches or restarted my computer. I just hopped on. I do have a whole window with 7 or 8 tabs open, elsewhere, like I've reduced it, but there is other things there that might be affecting the quality, but I'm willing to wear that this morning. I just didn't want to spend the time doing a reset. So we'll see. Now, with this too, your comments, if you're typing them in the stream, the chat stream, I can see them here in the back end, so that I can put them up here on the screen like this one is. And there's also an ability for me to type in the questions, or just a general chat comment, and here, and it will actually go to that chat stream, so you can see it as an example, and I'll put that there. There is always a delay. Hi Sharon, how are you? I am a little late this morning, and I'm waiting for that one to come up, and that's where I was just typing then, where you might have heard the tapping of the keyboard, and that will then be able to show up there as I did show Sharon's. Now, because this is not a tutorial about Be Live or anything, we're here for the purpose of doing a card reading and reading the spread. Now, I'll take my name down now because that takes up too much room. For some reason, and I don't know why, but my cards are set on a zoom in with my camera. I didn't fiddle with that part this morning, so I don't know what's happened there. But anyway, you can see them a lot more clearly now. And I haven't got a pencil. I haven't got my usual white one, so I'm going to use a ruler I've got here. What we've got, number one card. See the old-fashioned wooden ruler. Number one card there. I'm going to hide the tip. Boop. Number one is for your work position, work energy. Number two here is the home energy. The other one, number three up there, is for the surprise. It's unexpected. 4 here is your role and responsibility. And number 5 is the expected outcome. And I've totally unsettled the camera. Oops. And see, it's on a fairly flimsy tripod. I'll actually do a flip so that you can actually see what I deal with here. See that? it's a flimsy tripod set up. The office isn't quite set up as it should be, and I might even take that off. Might even take the rubber band off that. So actually, that might be an idea. I'll try something different, something new. I'm holding this now, and it's going to wobble like buggery. Now, what we've got here is, not successful, is it? Because I'm wobbling. I'll hold it like that. Do I? That's even wobbling. Oh well. Hi Lily, how are you this morning? Right, what we've got there is the position of the work, which is 29, the older woman. So that's actually, for me, that does mean me. I'm getting into some more work today, which I'll be continuing onward until work's done. And that doesn't always mean it's finished, does it? Because of the nature of the services that we provide as a virtual assistant, as a psychic medium, as a hypnotherapist and therapist in general, there's always going to be work to do. So that's just representative of me in that work, and I know that there's still more continuing. And this is really hard, isn't it? Seeing that wobble. I am going to put it back on. Excuse my hand. And I'm going to put it back on that. And oh my. Number 2 mistake. Don't ever do this while you're actually live. That's all right. We learn, don't we? Right. Here I've got. I'm actually going to use the pencil. I've got a pencil. Just found it. Is the stars in my home energy. And that's what I'm going to focus on, the one that is actually going to shine up for me today. And for the moment, that is book work. As far as the work there goes, which still means that because I work from home, it's still going to be a high focus on that. But there's some other things I want to actually work at too, and we probably will be taking a bit of a trip through the day just for some shopping and things to do at Mount Barker, because that's where there's a particular item we want to purchase. And here we have, in the unexpected, is the dog. Unexpected might be we'll take the dogs for a walk and they'll sit there and demand until we do. We haven't in the last few days been too hot. Well, in my view, it has been. I'm not a hot weather person. Here we have, in your responsibility, or my responsibility in this case, is the birds. And that's about communication and really honing in, coming in to say what you need to and being prepared to move away and off when you need to. All of that sort of thing. It's actually more an attentiveness is what I'm getting around what is going to be communicated. And, oh, wow, hi, Lily. You woke up a little anxious but feeling more grounded after a nice salt bath. Orientation for your new course in early childhood education today. Oh, that's wonderful. Positive steps. Oh, that is positive steps. And it's really good with this set of cards too, as far as looking after self, something new. Whoopsie. Sorry, and there in that one is the flowers, the bouquet, as the expected outcome, possible outcome, expected. Yeah, I don't know. Is it expected, possible? It's. I do love the flowers. Yes, I just like hot weather. It's just the humidity. When I first woke up, it was just the humidity. Now, with the flowers as a possible outcome, and it is the recognition that, to me, what I'm feeling around that, I'm feeling a bit confused on that, whether the energy is more along the, just a nice gift I'm going to receive as a possible outcome that is along the flowers surprise type romantic thing. I'm not really feeling that, but it seems to be a bit that. So I'm wondering whether there's going to be a shift in my own energy that's towards that self-recognition of, gee, I actually have come a long way. And, that type of thing. It could even be relevant for the birthday girl, my granddaughter. I really don't know. And that can be coming in, because it is directly underneath the unexpected. That unexpected. Just hard to know. The grandmother recognising gifts gifts and stars. It's just that there seems to be a little bit of the repetition again in the cards for me. So I think it is, as far as a reading goes on a personal level, it is that self-recognition and acknowledgement, gifting myself with that, that love note. So, yeah, look, it does feel like that. Look, it really is one of those things when you're reading your own cards to just sit with it in that sort of a space that is more like a meditation, and really looking and listening for what those messages might be. So because it, did feel like a bit of a hurry doing the card setting up and getting moving with this going live this morning, I haven't had a really good look or feel into the cards. Look, I'll do that shortly just to really get the gist of what that energy is for me. I would suggest that you do something similar yourself. Have a look at either the photo that's there in the comments, I think, in my page, and gel with that, though they look quite yellow, or pause this if I sort of haven't quite got the full, is there really a full feature? I'll just see if I can do it this way, like that. So you've actually got the full picture of, and I've got to go the right way. See, my camera is just not quite the right setting for this. So to get the full picture, you might have to look at that, the photo. Whoops, now I can't get the legs of my tripod back together properly. And love your acknowledgement there, Lily, like the recognition for me, helping to find your worth again. You are a key shining light, could truly help me with my readings and our chats. Oh, thank you, Lily. Look, I really appreciate that feedback. These are, like anything that we can do as psychic mediums, is to help those who we're reading for. And most of the time that knowledge is already within us ourselves. It just needs that help to get it out, to actually shine that light on who we are within. And that's what I've found over the years. Even, we don't have to have anything, actually, no tool at all. Everything, all answers that we have, they're already within us. They're already within that universal everything. It's the all in one, the one in all. It's that all-encompassing energy of what is humanity, of what is us and out into the cosmos. It is soul. It's that completeness. We've just lost the way in how to interpret and how to see that. And it needs at times just that bit of guidance, whether, through the tools of cards or whether it's pendulum or anything else, runes, anything, some sign that falls from the sky like the feathers from birds or anything. There's just so many ways that we can actually tune in to what is our intuition, our psychic abilities, our mediumship even, because we do have that direct channel with those on the other side, with our spirit guides, our angels, and even those who've passed away, because we don't completely disappear. Our souls are still connected in that energy field of what is the universal cosmos, whatever name, So that's only my opinion and my belief. So thank you for that. Thank you, Lily. And yeah, I've had that a couple of times now, that the cards, it really is a nice surprise. And it's even more of a nice surprise when somebody actually gives you a bunch of flowers. So I'm not hanging out for that, but, sometimes it would be nice. Anyway, rather than continue onward, I've noticed that it is coming up for the 15 minutes, and I do aim to not have these any longer than that. And I just realised I haven't changed the date in my title there, so it's the 1st of November, and I'm hoping that I can actually change that on the fly, so that it records with the correct title. It may show up as being the 31st of November, but hey, what's wrong with repeating Halloween one day extra? No. Okay. Thank you very much for being here as the live. For those of you who've watched live, thank you for sharing it out and about. Thank you for those who are going to watch as replay. If you need any further help or assistance, I do have a booking button in my Boundy page for the 1 question reading. It's a reasonable price of $30, I think. I have to go and double check that. It is a link that is there that'll take you to my website, because that's how I prefer to do them if I can. And on my Hypnosis Plus with Roz, there's the same thing, but it's through a different platform. That's through Buy Me a Coffee, which is even cheaper again, I think. But that's US dollars. Anyway, go and have a look if you really need that extra help. Ultimately, the purpose is to help you be the best person that you can be with where you are at this point in time, who you are, and all that component of your loving self. Be who you are, the best who you are that you can be. Blessings to you, and move out into the world in the best way possible that you can. Loving, caring, generous, kind, all of those things. I'm ready. I've got to go. Blessings and namaste till tomorrow at 8-ish. Bye for now.